what's up, man? This Carbon15, aka Mr. Rare, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
We bustin' a brick, we tear out the block and we cut it in nicks. Which one did you bitch? You got kicked out the spot, you want suckin' no.
All right, so we got Carbon15 off the porch with us today.
Yep. This is Carbon15.
Yeah, man. How you feeling, bro?
I feel pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good, man. No complaints, man. Making it through the pandemic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And staying positive, man. Keeping everything positive, man. Nothing negative steps into my circumference, period.
It's a good level to be at, man. It's a good space to be at in your life, man. You know? Yeah. So, we were long overdue for this, man.
Long overdue.
They may not know the history between Carbon and DGB, so we're going to break it down for them.
We're going to break it down. We're going to tell them how me and you knew each other and talked for maybe 10, 12 years and never saw each other in person. We're going to tell them that.
Not till I moved to Atlanta. That's right. Yep. That's crazy,
that was the beginning, man.
Yeah, man. All right, so originally from Macon, right?
Macon, where we get the bacon. Balling in big bodies, Bibb County, you did?
Yes, sir, man. So when would you say you jumped off the porch in Macon?
I jumped off the porch. Let me see when I jumped off the porch. I had to be 94. I think it was 1994 I jumped off the porch. I had this neighbor, white guy. His name was Chucky Allen. And white guy, he turned me on to 8 Ball and MJG.
Really?
I never heard of him. 1994. From that point on, I just fell in love with music and just learning about, how people like some of my favorite artists came up and they were hustling. They came up from hustling. So that just turned me into wanting to be, a hustler of all sorts. You know what I mean? So I say 94 is when I jumped off the porch. My parents didn't know I was off the porch, but I was off the porch in 94.
So how did you get your start in the music industry? Were you rapping ever at all?
Nah, never touched the mic. Never touched the mic to rap.
Okay.
Never, nah. I got my start. Some of my guys down in Macon, man, I told you, I fell in love with music, 94, 95, and all through high school, I fell in love with music, So 98, 99, I graduated, 97, I graduated, and I went to college down in Savannah, Savannah State University, and I came back home the summer of 99, and my guys, they had created it. They were already rapping. There was this group in Macon called GHPP, Gangsters, Hustlers, Pimps, and Players.
Okay.
And so my guys, they were rapping. Some of my guys were rapping with them from my neighborhood where I'm from. And then one of my guys, he created the Mudhole Productions. And the Mudhole Productions, it had Greedy, 6'4" Gainit, Wolf, Sin, a couple producers and whatnot, but we did a Gangster Grills with DJ Drummer. My partner, he got cool with DJ Hershey back in the day. We used to go to Blue Flame like every weekend, and Hershey connected him somehow, and he got with Drummer, and I met Drummer, and we did a Gangster Grills.
Okay.
That was back in summer of 99.
All right.
And the Mudhole Presents, you know what I mean? And we did a Gangster Grills, man, and Drummer was on there talking his shit, and that's when I realized, I'm really gonna do this music shit. You know what I mean? I'm really gonna do it.
Yeah.
And we did that. We put the project out. They did some moving around Macon, and after that, I'm still in college. And I bumps into Jeezy. I bumps into Jeezy, and he was Lil J before I left, went to college, and when I came back, he was Young Jeezy, and I went around him. I think he had the Hard and the Soft CD out.
Okay.
And me and my partner Flossin, we kicked it with him, and we rode around the city with him, and he played the project for me, and he asked me what my opinion was, and I was like, yo, I like maybe 2 or 3 songs on there. He was like, damn, out of double CD, only 2 or 3 songs. I'm like, I like what I like. You know what I mean? So that was like 2003, somewhere up in there. But the next time I seen him was 2004, and he had dropped Streets is Watching with him and Drummer.
Yeah.
So I come around, I'm kicking it. He see I know Drummer, I'm shaking Drummer hand, and I know a few people around. He like, damn, you know a few people or whatnot. I'm like, yeah. So we do the same thing again. We ride around and we listen to Streets is Watching. He said, what you think about that? I said, you got him. I said, you got him this time. There's plenty of them on here. There's plenty of them. And then that's when I'm like, so what you say on this song? Like, are you saying a Cardinal 15? No, he's saying, I'm saying a Carbon15. I said, what's that? And he go in the bag and he whoop it out. This is my first time ever seeing the Carbon15. I said, oh, that's what that is. He said, matter of fact, that's your name. That's your new name.
That's your new name.
That's your new name. Carbon15, Carbon15. And that's what birthed me, and that's how I got to this point.
Okay.
That's where it started at. You know what I mean?
So what was the first project you worked hands on?
I was there for Trap or Die, but I didn't put any input on Trap or Die. You know what I mean? I was just there with him, and he would rap to me the songs and let me, and I would tell him what I thought about it. You know what I mean? That's why if you hear on Trap or Die, he was like, Carbon, where you at, nigga? If you hear, I think it's you ain't perfect or something. And it's like, he wouldn't go if I wasn't in there to give him, as soon as it go off, to tell him what I think about it. So that's when everybody heard me, when he said, Carbon, where you at, nigga? Carbon, where you at, nigga? And that was the beginning of it, man. And then I just started doing fucking with the music shit, man. That was it. And after that was January 25th, 2005. That's when Trap or Die came out. I remember it vividly because that's the last time I truly, until I moved on, that's the last time I really got some good sleep. Because January 24th, we was up all night packaging Trap or Die CDs, bro. Shit was crazy, man.
Yeah, talk about pushing these records pre-internet days.
Pre-internet days, man, you had to have relationships with people. That's how I know you. That's how I know DGB. That's how I know Mo. That's how I know Spitty. You know what I mean? But you had to have relationships. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, you have to have relationships, but the internet is so powerful. We didn't have the internet. So, man, we had to get out there and do all type of stuff. Thousands of posters, give away clothing, merchandise, man. Pre-internet, I respect anybody who came from the pre-internet days.
Yep. So did you know that tape was going to be the one? Did you expect it to do what it did and make that mark in basically, trap music history?
Yeah, trap at that time, in that era, yeah. After Streets is Watching was major.
Oh yeah.
We came up and we did the Trap or Die release party. I knew it, but after the Trap or Die release party, that's when I really knew. I was like, oh my goodness. Shit was crazy, man. People were word for word. People knew it. They were supporting. It was a frenzy. So when it came around time for Thug Motivation 101 to drop, it was a wrap. We knew it. Oh, yeah. I knew it. You know what I mean? It was just certain, it was just too big of a movement. Like 50 Cent hit the game before him, big like that. Mm-hmm. After him, it was Drake, and then I say maybe Future. You know what I mean? And then it goes into the younger people, but he had a real impact back then, and you could see it. You could just see it. You could just see it everywhere we go. People were doing stuff, trying to give away. It was just crazy, man. It was some of the stories, man, that went on back then, bro.
Yeah. So was TM101, was that the first one that you were hands-on with then, or?
TM101, yeah. TM101, I was there on TM101. He changed a couple lyrics because I was like, nah, cuz, say it like this, let's talk to him. Don't leave out the people who drink beer. You know what I mean? Don't say fuck beer. Say yeah and still pop beer. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You know what I mean? So it started there, TM101. That was the birth of Carbon15. You know what I mean? Now, the second album, The Inspiration, that's when I got my first placement. That's when I started, doing more. I got more confidence, you know what I mean? And just started doing up. Then we get the Recession and TM103. That's when I started getting my credits and getting my name on the back of the album. You know what? And it was a progression, you know what I mean?
Who were some of the producers you brought to Jeezy?
Oh, man. So many producers, man. All of them, bro. Anybody that's popping right now, I brought them in there to see that guy. Sunny Digital, Mike Will, Metro Boomin, countless, man. It's a lot of producers we locked in with, bro. Yeah. Black Metaphor. There's a lot of people that he had on his own that, you know, because he was moving. Coach K, he had Coach K before me, and Coach knows everything. He's the wizard of this shit. So, you know, he had a couple relationships, but those are people that I definitely, Lil Lodi, he had eight tracks on TM103, and, you know, those are some of the people that I know for a fact that my relationships, I'm gonna bring them in. Like, yeah, bro, you need to get with this guy. They about to da-da-da-da-da. You know? A couple people like that.
What did it mean for you to have that trust from him? You know, this is one of the biggest artists in the game, trusting you to oversee his project and be truthful as well about some of these records.
Yeah, when you look at it, you think, damn, this is my opportunity. He rocking with me, It'll have you gone, you know what I mean? You almost think like, damn, like, okay, boom. You thinking like, I'm almost thinking I'm Tata, if you know who Tata is, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, here I am now, I'm going. But you know, when it all get on the scale, it didn't weigh up like that. So it is what it is. Yeah.
What were those club nights like, well, during the BMF era too?
That's why I was telling you about the Thug Motivation release party, Trap or Die release party. Man, it's just like, you know, they got the bottles, but Big Meech, they had the big bottles, the Magnums. You know what I mean? The Perrier Joliet, not the regular stuff these guys doing. Meech was far from regular, you know what I mean? So those club nights from Magic City to even when he would take a venue, he would take a warehouse like this and turn it into fucking zoo animals and zebras and elephants. I seen an elephant and a zebra at a party this man did, man. Shout out Hannah Kane, she the best. But yeah, man, them party nights and them club nights was crazy, man. I've been around some of the biggest names you could think of partying with this guy. Just being around, you know, being the buffer, the liaison, or whatever you want to call it, co-manager, A&R, whatever you want to call it. I wore those hats. Yeah. So I was in the middle of a lot of different, you know, situations. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Did having a title mean anything to you back then, or were you just, as long
I
as
didn't
the work
have a title. I was just Carbon. Yeah. I never had a title until I started forcing the issue. Like, yo, I'm fucking with this music shit, bro. I'm trying to get in the letter. After you stay on a person so long, you know, either they gonna bend or they gonna tell you to get out their face. And it was bending like it was gonna go, and we was gonna have this beautiful, you know, growing, fruitful, successful situation. But, you know, the title really doesn't matter unless the person who says, okay, this is what you are, respecting that. You know what I mean? Like your title here, everybody around it respects that title. You know what I mean? The person who said, okay, Hayes is my guy for that. He respects that. So, but in my situation, it was different. It was like, all right, that's just Carbon. That's just my homeboy. You know, and that kind of was the beginning of the end when you can realize that it's just like, okay, the big wigs, the industry people, you listen to that, but when it come to me, you'll listen to me. But then, like, for example, TM103, we had a whole plan for TM103. We're gonna do this, we're gonna drop the video with Boosie, we're gonna go for it with Trick Daddy, shoot that video in Miami. You and Trey Songz, come back. The whole shit was changed. It was nothing like how we discussed. So it's like.
Who had changed it? Did the label change it? Did he change it, or?
They changed it. I don't know. Whoever they is, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay. Whoever they is, they changed it. You know what I mean? But it wasn't what we discussed. It wasn't a rollout. And then when it don't go the way it's supposed to go, it's just like, oh man, well, that's not what I sent. That's not what I said, let's do. So that's on you. And you know, after so long, people just like, that's on you. Or I told you so. That just is what it is. And I'm never gonna be the person that's not straight up and down with you. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be a buck. I'm gonna be 100. Yeah. That just is what it is. And that's how it started. It started from me telling you the truth about how I really feel about the shit. But then when it comes to me doing my part business-wise, and I don't want to hear that, man. I'm gonna just, whatever they say, we're gonna go with them. And it just got old. You know what I mean? So titles really, to answer your question, titles, it never really was nothing. I never had I was just Carbon. I built it, like in our relationship, I built that.
Yeah.
You never talked to him, you always talked to me. But we would all, when it was time to drop, I was sending everything to everybody. So, you know, I just started building me. You know what I mean? And that's when I realized that in 2011, I started my own LLC and just started building me.
Yeah, I feel that. What was your role with the other artists on CTE? Did you work hands-on with them?
I did the same thing. They had, you know, Slick was the first person I started working with, Slick Puller, Uzi All now. But he was the first person I started working with up under the brand, just like trusting me, you know what I mean? Letting me do this, bringing beats, putting it with producers, and, you know, just connecting with helping him do features. We went to Boston, connected with my man Last Days. Like he just let me rock. He trusted me. He respected the title of management. You know what I mean? He respected it. So Slick was the beginning, and then I just started, you know, moving around. It was always good, like 211, all of them. Freddie Gibbs, when they came, I was the one that brought them in, took them around the town, helped them with the music, put them with Atlanta niggas who was popping. Like when YG came to Atlanta, I introduced YG to Rich Homie Quan.
Okay.
I put that whole little my nigga run together. Hey, y'all need to do something. Rich Homie finna go, you finna go, mustard hot, put them in the A room, in the B room at Patchwork, and I walked out. Came back an hour later, my nigga.
It's a huge record.
A huge record, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Real huge record, you know? It was so huge that, never told this story, but YG was gonna put 2 Chainz on the record.
Oh, really?
He was gonna put 2 Chainz on the record. I called Jeezy, I'm like, yo, man, they got a crazy one down here, bro. It's about to be crazy, about to put 2 Chainz, Rich Homie on it. He said, it's hard like that? I said, man, this shit crazy. Call me, I go pick it. He said, come pick me up. I go pick him up, we ride back down. We riding down, just playing the beat. My nigga, you feel what I mean? So he hit it, then I play the song for him. He hit the song, like, oh, that's crazy. By the time we get to Patchwork, that man done laid his verse, cut that shit, put it together, packaged it, put him in the middle, Rich Homie in the middle, him on the end. YG made that shit. That bitch could put them songs together. I ain't gonna hate on him on that. When he got the creative juices around him and it's easy for him, he'll slide right in and do his thing. He put that shit together and boom, next thing you know, Memorial Day 2014, my nigga was on the street going crazy. That shit shot up. You know what I mean? If it wouldn't have took off the way it would've, it might have been some issues, but it took off and everything went right and YG was happy. But at first he was like, hell, you put my song out. He was like, man, listen, man, Carbon brought it to me, man. It's a hit, man. This what we gonna do. And that shit took off, bro. That shit took off.
That was undeniable when that
It was undeniable, you know what I mean? And afterwards, you know, YG ain't looked back since. He ain't slowed down, he just been going up levels and levels. And I know what I did for that situation. The world may not know, but that's one that I took in. I feel like, boom, I did that. Yeah. Never got my plaque, but
really?
I did that. Yeah, really. But that's another.
Sounds like you put that whole record together.
I know I did, but you know, you don't know those conversations. I wasn't privy to those conversations to them when they're doing what they're doing. So I just do what I do. Like I said, you know, I just do what I do and start building Carbon. Whether if they give me my just due or not, I'm gonna just keep doing me, you know?
Going back to Gibbs, do you feel like he was a good fit at CTE? Or?
Yeah, definitely was a good fit. Definitely was a good fit. You just gotta let him off the chain and go. And support what he had going on. That's the only thing we needed. Support what he had going on, let him off the chain, put him on the project, not the deluxe, the real project. You know what I mean? Don't leave him out the video. Put him on the video that you shot that he's on. You know what I mean? It was just little bitty stuff that could have propelled the situation and we would be having a different conversation right here now. Yeah. But the dice didn't roll that way, you know? Yeah. We crapped out.
You know, anytime a debate about Jeezy and Gucci comes up, the one thing people like to bring up is how many artists Gucci put on compared to the artists that Jeezy wasn't able to put on. Do you feel like that's a fair statement that he kind of didn't break these artists, or?
I mean, see, you can put somebody on your platform, right? And you can say their names and you can rock with them. But to get them over the hump and do what you're supposed to do, I would leave him. I would say he left him flat on that end. You know what I mean? It's a countless amount of artists that we had. Yeah. I can name, it's a lot of them. And when the situation started looking promising for them, he'd go the other way. You know what I mean? We had the USDA tour set up. Him, Blood Raw, Slick Puller, set up. Go. Everybody. One show we did. Bananas. Afterwards, I don't want to do it no more. Like, why? We got a gold project. Only thing you gotta do is keep going, and this shit'll be a fucking platinum project. Didn't do it. So, you know, it's like, he put you on the platform, but is he gonna water you and give you the right shit to make you grow and to be, you know, get to the next level? And that just is what it is. And I'm not saying Gucci is perfected at that, but Gucci don't care about putting somebody in their spotlight. He don't care about that. Come do with me. Everything I do, come on, do with me. And half to that was credited to him just trying to outdo Jeezy. You got to understand, that was his whole mind. Oh, so y'all want to fool with him? Okay, I'm finna out-hustle him. I'm going to fool everybody this way. You know, that's where half of that shit come from. But you know, he out-hustled him. I got to give him that. He out-hustled him, bro. You could be all of that other stuff, but the man out-hustled you. It is what it is.
Yeah. So when you decided to part ways, was it an easy decision?
Nah, because it's in my skin. You know, it's this. You know, and I'm an adult, bro. I don't never talk about. You know, I never spoke on my situation with this. Period. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be here today if the calls weren't coming in after Home mentioned my name on a song. You know what I mean? Like, it was a hard decision, man, but I had to do what was right for me, man. And, you know, back in 2014, I had faced so many difficulties with just trying to get him to open up and be, you know, like Ross or Gucci or, you know what I mean? Like, just move along. And it just was like me, it was just like pulling teeth, man. So I just had to make the decision, man. And yeah. One year, I think it was 2014, we were down in Miami and we had a conversation and I was like, yo, 2015, I'm going up. No more homeboy shit. Treat me as the executive that I am. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? And after that conversation, it's like I never spoke to him again. Everything just went left. We didn't have a conversation, nothing. And I don't need closure. I can read in between the lines. Okay, if I call you for a week straight, you don't answer the phone, it is what it is. I'm going on. You know what I mean? A few months later, 6 months later, I get a letter in the mail. Not even a phone call, a letter in the mail, you know. I just like, all right, cool, whatever. And I just moved on, just started living my life, man. Yeah. And that's what birthed my rare individual movement, you know, because you'll be around people who portray a certain way, but when the doors close and when the cameras are lights off, they far from that, you know what I mean? So that's what birthed the rare individual movement, you know, going through life and, you know, experiencing letdowns and, you know, empty promises from when you, not like I'm saying, here, give me something. No, I'm working, I'm earning, I'm bringing it to the table. I'm an earner, you know what I mean? So after so long, it's just like, okay, boom. Then for you to send a letter to my house, like, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? So.
What did the letter say?
The letter was like, just trying to get me to sign a confidentiality agreement. NDA, like, we done stuff that I'll never talk about. So what make you think I need to sign an NDA? Or what makes you think I need to sign a confidentiality agreement? I never do that. That's how business goes, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I never signed it. I was going for it. I rode for it. That's what it was. I ain't cover these tattoos up. You know what I mean? Like, I probably would still be doing it if it wasn't for my wife just saying, look, baby, like, you got to look at what's going on for you. Like, you are the one. You got the glow. Just take it and do it for you. So that's birthed the rare individual movement. Yeah. You know?
Was it easy transitioning to, just working for yourself now?
Yeah, it was pretty easy, man. It was different. The money wasn't the same, and you aren't, the limelight. It's still the limelight. I still got the juice card. I still can move around and do what I do. I know everybody, but it's just different when you're not on that platform anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, cool, but I still get the same love from everybody. Now, the people that didn't want to talk to me then, now they talk to me more because they realize I'm on my own, doing my own thing, man. You made it through, man. I respect that, man, And now you have it.
Yeah. How'd you link with Freaky?
Freaky, man. Just moving through this city, man. I was on the come up, man, just moving through the city, man. And one of my partners, man, he knew my track record. He was like, man, you need to get with Freaky, man. I was like, who is Freaky? The Uno, the Money Savage. I was like, oh, I heard of him, but I never met him before. I knew him from their Sack Right Re Straight record.
Okay, yeah.
And we linked up 2015, 2016, if I ain't mistaken. All I know is we linked up, and 6 months later, we had a single deal for Drip Set. Yeah, quick, Interscope, what up? Dash, Hop, Brandon, what up? Quick, fast, in a hurry, you know what I mean? So that gave me my confidence all over again. Like, I just started working with this kid. 2 months later, 3 months later, Interscope, hey, we like what y'all doing. Fly on out here. We dropped Drip Set, July something, 2017. We were in LA in fucking Interscope offices in August. A month later, we didn't sign the single situation, the single deal until a couple months after that, but it don't take long. That's how I know this game, your life can change with the right people paying attention and supporting what you're doing. You know what I mean? So 2017, we linked up and we did the Drip Set with him and Future. We shot the video. They recorded the song. We shot the video. Thug came out. The Atlanta streets came out and supported the kid. And, we fulfilled that deal with Interscope, and we just been independent, moving around now. We just soaking it up. The pandemic slowed it down a little bit, but we just reverted to the internet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. YouTube, Instagram, and just building. Just building, man. And Freaky, man, he got a big heart, man. Home just gotta if he just can stop being who he is, you know what I mean, and focus on this for a little while, cause he's just so laid back and just cool, you know what I mean? I just try to get him like, turn up a little bit, bro. He said, shit, I am who I am, bro. Like, I move how I move. Everybody love me for who I am, and I can't knock that because they rock with him. Dirk, Thug, Future, Erykah Badu, she fucks with him like she seen him, she just took a liking to him. Follow him on the gram and post him from time to time. So it's like, people rock with him, it's just timing. Timing is everything, with his music, it's just timing, man. So we just gonna stay down, man, till the doors open up, man. Freaky, absolutely. He one of them ones, man.
Yeah. Is there any other artists that you're managing, working with right now?
Oh, yeah. Billie Slum, Slum Child, he out of Macon, Slum World Order on Instagram. I got producer, Knoxville Beats, 8 Figures, he produced Javinci with
okay.
Dirk and Future. I mean, not Future, Dirk and Freaky. Mm-hmm. One of your favorites, you know what I mean?
You know it.
He produced that, and I consult with a couple people like Hollywood YC. I be looking out with, whenever he calls, you know what I mean? Just, I'm moving around, you know what I mean? But Freaky, that's my guy.
Yeah.
I got another kid out of Mississippi. His name is Heath, Jackson, Mississippi, white guy. He talented though. Hi, I'm Heath on Instagram, the boy fire. He on the way, so I'm just building that, but that's my night job. In the daytime, I'm pushing this rare individual shit. I got a pop-up I'm doing right now. I left to come jump off the porch with y'all, but I'm about to go back to my pop-up and I'll be there till 8 o'clock.
So what's some of the goals for rare individuals?
7 figures off cotton. You dig? 7 figures off cotton. I set that in my head, and that's just something that I say every day. 7 figures off cotton, all off cotton. You know what I mean? Whatever else happens after that is gonna happen. But the goal is to just move around, man. Ken Lowe from Players University, he's like one of my mentors. Like, I don't know if you remember that brand back in the day, but he's had a resurgence as of lately, and he just shares and gives game. And I'm trying to help any other upcoming brands that Because I've been doing it. I was a brand ambassador for 8732. I put the Migos clothing line together, Boostie's clothing line together. So I know what I'm doing when it comes to it.
Yeah.
You know, I got great designer partners, D-Map, this new fresh kid up in Detroit, Dez Delmar Forever. You know, my goal is to just be a brand that separates regular stuff and puts the rare individuals, puts a highlight on the rare individuals who say, okay, I'm gonna be there. I might not make it at 3:30, but I'll be there at 3:42. You know what I mean? So those are the rare individuals. They say they're gonna make it, they pull up. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. Somebody who stands on their word, stands on loyalty, you know? That's the rare individual. I'm trying to just spread it out. It's the rare individual collective. Rare individual is just the merch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The collective is the everything that I do, my management, you know, the consulting, you know, business deals, that's just everything. You know, we're about to even start doing events. You know what I mean? Just hosting events where I'm playing new artist music, I'm doing designers, I'm putting new designers, new artists, everything. I'm going with a whole new level. I'm just gonna create it. I'm just gonna start doing it in all the top cities. The Rare Individual Collective, we're just gonna do a whole pop-up, and it's just gonna be fully rare, you know? Be on the lookout.
Yes, sir.
Billboards and all the top 10. Yeah, billboards, shoprareindividual.com, it's on the way.
Any last words, any shout outs before we wrap it up, Carbon?
Nah, man, just man, I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Shout out my boy Spitty. Shout out my boy Ziploc Mo. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? And I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful I woke up today, man. And shout out to, you know, just God, man. Yah, for life. You know what I mean? You know, this just ain't nothing regular about waking up every day. People need to realize that, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, God, and just, you know, myself for not giving up and still going. You know what I mean? And my team, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody, man. Everybody within this Rare Individual Collective. You know who you are. Anybody supported the movement, yeah, and be on the lookout, man. We got the city coming up. My boy Freaky, he got a whole project. We ain't dropping the project right now. We just dropping videos and singles. So go check him out on YouTube, and check out Hollywood YC, Notes from the GOAT. Check out Slum World Order. He on this right now thing. He vibing. He R&B Billy. So check him out. And you know I'm building, man. And we got this Hush movement too. Yeah, I'm linked in with my boy Kinky B. I forgot. Kinky B back. He hustling until something happens. Hush.
You got
So
the
he
Blood
moving
Raw
around.
project about to drop,
Yeah, he
right?
got Blood Raw. He got B Jizzle, Hush B Jizzle. He got Hush Drip Goo. He got DeLorean. He got Champ Taylor. He moving, man. Kink on his way back. So shout out to Kinky B. You know what I mean? Come on back home, man. And yeah, that's what we on, man. That's what we on. And the brand, Rare Individuals. Hit the website, man. Or pull up on me, man. I'm hand to hand with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Yeah.
We bustin' a brick, we tear out the block and we cut it in nicks. We smut at your bitch, got kicked out the spot, she gon' suck in no dick. We fill it with